Hello, welcome. Hi, everyone. Happy that you're here. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Delusion Media. This is your first time checking out Delusion Media. Maybe you found Delusion Media through me, through my main channel or something. Thank you for being here. Delusion Media is my company, and I'm launching a course through Delusion Media called Catalyst Academy, where we are talking all about how to grow a thriving YouTube channel in 5 hours a week. Because I want everyone to get in on this YouTube train because it is not oversaturated and it's a really fun thing to do. There's a lot you can do with it. So that's my mission, especially this week, because this is the pre-launch sale of the course. The course launches June 1st. And this week only through tomorrow night at midnight, it is the lowest prices that this will ever be. So take advantage now. I'm also doing a giveaway. The deadline for entry is tonight at midnight. So be sure to click the link in the description below if you want to sign up to win Catalyst Academy for free. Winners will be announced tomorrow. And again, the sale ends tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. Hi, everyone. We're going to talk about niching today. This is a very common question that I get from people because a lot of you have a ton of ideas in your head about what you want to do and what you might want to do on YouTube. I get it. I know, I've been there. So we're going to talk about how to pick a niche and why you need to pick a niche and why you could go and just not pick a niche and how that works. So let's talk about it. So for some people, picking a niche can be a really daunting task. Maybe you have just so many things you want to talk about, but you're not sure how to fit them into a very neat little niche box. All right. Maybe you have two really disparate topics that you want to talk about and you're not sure how to weave them together. Okay. Maybe you're debating between two different topics and you're not sure which is the better one to pick for you. I have a few tips and tricks to get you picking a niche ASAP so you can get to the real work, which is creating videos. Because the last thing I want is for picking a niche to be the thing that hangs you up from actually getting started with creating videos. That is our end goal. The sooner you start, the more success you will see faster. Okay. The best time to start a YouTube channel was like 5 years ago, but the second best time is right now. So we need to get you started. And if the niche aspect of it is the thing that's hanging you up, comment. I want to know in the chat kind of what it is. What are you deciding between? What is at the root of this hang up? And while you comment that, I'll give you some of my tips and tricks. Okay. So if your head is just filled with too many ideas, if you're like, I want to make a video about this, but then I want to make a video about this, and sometimes I want to make vlogs, and sometimes I want to do talking head videos, etc. If you have too many ideas and trying to figure out like some sort of through line, some sort of niche through all of that can be difficult. So sometimes it can be really helpful to reverse engineer your niche through what I call the umbrella method. If you picture an umbrella, you've got the top, and then underneath you've got little categories, and then underneath you have, okay, the umbrella method. So here's how you do that, just on a step-by-step basis. Grab a pen and paper or a Google Doc or a spreadsheet. I love a Google spreadsheet personally. And just on each new line, write down as many video ideas as you can think of and get them all out. Try to write out 100 video ideas. The good, the bad, get them all out there. This also is just a helpful exercise to have this list. So as you're creating videos, you have these ideas. So keep this handy for later. This can play into what we talked about yesterday at yesterday's live, which was in pre-planning. So you can pre-plan more easily if you already have this list of ideas. So get them all just written out, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of them written out. Once you've written 100 ideas, start taking a look. This is where doing a spreadsheet can come in handy, because as you read through them, try and categorize them. So have the idea on one line of your spreadsheet, the one to the right of it, put what category you think it would be in. Is it beauty? Is it a vlog? Is it are you talking about the law? Are you talking about politics? What are you talking about? What's the category that you would give it? And go through and like categorize each video idea, and see if there are like 3 to 5 categories that start really sticking out for you. That could be really helpful to say like, oh, wait, no, there is actually, because, you are a single human being with many interests, but they all kind of tend to be interwoven into some semblance of organization, even if in your head it doesn't feel like it. This is why it's so powerful to get it out in your spreadsheet, on paper, your whole list, and then go through and start categorizing. See if you can find like 3 to 5 categories. And then what can be helpful is creating another sheet in your spreadsheet, and the heading, do like 3 to 5 headings for each category and put the list in there. That can even help with further brainstorming, because if you're like, oh, okay, a lot of my videos tend to talk about like high-end skincare. Okay, what other videos could I make related to high-end skincare? And then a whole flood of new ideas could come. Or this can also be really helpful to research what other people are doing. Once you have your 3 to 5 categories, type them in YouTube, high-end skincare, see what pops up. What types of videos are people making? What types of other kind of content are those people making? Are they doing high-end skincare and high-end cosmetics? Are they talking about high-end skincare and doing like day in the life vlogs, get ready with me videos? Like, what's the overlap that you see? And having these 3 to 5 kind of categories can just help to organize this all in your brain. Some people call these content pillars. I find content pillars to be a little too set in stone for me, because the thing with your niche is that it's not set in stone. And I know that's kind of hard to believe because people think that it is. It's not. It can grow and change with you, which is another reason to just take a deep breath, and you need to just pick and run with it and get started with posting videos, and it'll grow and change as you grow and change. So once you have these 3 to 5 categories, look through them. I would take a pause here and just say to yourself, do these 3 to 5 categories represent what I actually want to be making on the internet? Do I care enough about this to keep showing up week after week making videos about this? If there's a topic or a category in there that you're like, I'm not that passionate about this, maybe nix it. Maybe that's an easy way to narrow it down. Like, like in theory, this would be cool, but like when I think through the steps of actually like producing a new video week after week about this topic, it kind of sounds tedious. That's a sign. Because here's the thing, you want to pick a niche that you can actually stick with, because the name of the game with YouTube is longevity. You have to be in it for the long run. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a get famous quick scheme. It's a fun way that some people get rich and famous off of. I enjoy it. I wouldn't consider myself rich or famous, but I have fun with it. But it doesn't come quick. Okay. It certainly didn't come as quick as I thought it would. Because there are some outliers. There are some people that start posting videos and they hit 1 million followers in a year. I beg of you to assume you are not one of those people. As easy as it can be to be like, no, I'm really interesting. Like, this is a great idea. I'm going to do great. Believe me, I did that too. The people who hit 1 million subscribers in 1 year are probably like 0.00001% of the people who start YouTube channels. So just assume you're not going to be in that category. And I say this not to make you feel bad, but just to like bolster you for the road ahead, because making a YouTube channel takes time and effort. So, and again, it's really fun, and it's extra fun when you pick a niche that you genuinely are passionate about. So you want to make sure that the driving force behind the niche that you're picking instills some sort of passion, lights a little fire in you. For example, my law YouTube channel, I started because it felt like the world was ending in 2020 and I didn't have a voice, and there was a lot of awful politics happening. And I also, throughout law school, was just shocked time and again at how inaccessible the law is and how unjust our justice system is. And I was like, I got a lot to say about this, and I'm pissed that this is so inaccessible and that lawyers make this seem like it's rocket science, and it's not. And that anger, that fury has fueled me. And it's the thing that makes me keep showing up week after week, even if I'm talking about, something kind of dumb, like, not that it's dumb, but like, the drag race contestant contract is my biggest video to date. It's probably how you found me. It's not dumb, but it's not earth shattering. It's not life altering, but it does feel important to dissect, like, oh, how are these historically marginalized people being treated in the contract that they're signing with this major company? So anyway, having that really strong why, that really strong driving force behind my niche helps both guide the content that I make, because I'm saying, okay, does this further what I'm trying to do here, further my goal of making law and legal understanding more accessible? And does it fit into the niche? So having that really strong why is really, really important. So as you are looking through all these new ideas for videos that you've written down, because I know that you have ideas, because if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it's because you're like daydreaming about it. I know that. I know that about you, because I did it too. So what are you daydreaming about making? Write down all your ideas, categorize them, 3 to 5 categories. Now you have your ideas, lay it out in categories. You've maybe whittled them down because a couple categories don't really spark joy. Is there an overarching umbrella idea or theme that they all generally fit into? Is there a specific lens that you examine them through? For example, I talk about RuPaul's Drag Race, artificial intelligence, the Salem witch trials, guns in America, Clarence Thomas. Those all seem a little disparate, but the overarching umbrella theme is the law. My lens through which I'm looking at all of this is a legal lens. So I can talk about gun reform one week and like thin is in like skinny body culture and diet culture the next week, but I'm always looking at it through a legal lens, so it makes sense. There's a through line there. Do you see a through line in your 3 to 5 categories? Or is there a through line in your life, some sort of theme, some sort of perspective that you want to bring to those 3 to 5 categories? Do you have a strong point of view? So going back to like our high-end beauty person, maybe you discover that high-end beauty and fashion are like the topics that you want to talk about, but you think that high-end fashion should be seen as an art form, but it should be also more accessible to the masses, and high-end education on fashion should be more accessible to the masses. So when you talk about high-end fashion or high-end products, maybe you break down the products and you say, actually, this is a high-end product and it's really expensive, but you can get the same thing at a drugstore in this product. Or here's the reason why this Chanel bag costs $500 or whatever it is, you know? And having that unique lens, unique point of view, overarching theme that runs through what seem to be very disparate topics can really help make a more cohesive niche for you. Or you don't have to find an umbrella theme. You could put out all your ideas and find 3 to 5 categories and decide like, all right, those are my 3 to 5 categories. And even if you do that, there is still a through line, and that through line is you. Because I will always recommend anyone, even if you have an umbrella theme, you need to really lean into being very authentic to who you are when you're making content, because that will just draw more people to you. Makes people like you more. It sets you apart from everyone else, because no one, even if you are making content in the beauty niche that's very, populated with many, many people, no one that is you is doing that. And you will find your people much more fast, much more quickly if you lean into who you are. So you can talk about these 3 to 5 categories and just lean into who you are. And the through line is you. And that's enough. And as you go, you might start making videos in one of these categories and decide, wow, these aren't doing very well. Like no one wants to watch these. Or, wow, I hate making these. These suck to make. And then you stop making them. And that's okay. You learn and you grow. Like I started my channel making a lot of lawyer reacts to a TV show, a movie, etc. I did not like making those. It was just tedious to make them. And they'd already been done. Legal Eagles already reacted to every legal movie and TV show that's out there. It's been done. I wanted to do something different, so I quit making them. And some people were a little disappointed, but it hasn't halted my growth by any means. And it means that I'm not burning out because I'm not making content that I think I'm supposed to make because I did it once. And so now it's my niche and I'm stuck, because that leads to burnout really, really fast. And that is the last thing you want. That is the last thing you want. This is supposed to be a fun project, pastime, or job, if that's what you want it to be. So the last thing you want is to burn out on it, which is why I'm very adamant that you need to pick a niche that you are passionate about. Even if you are multi-passionate, that's okay. Again, 3 to 5 categories is fine as long as you're leaning into who you are. You are the through line here, but you need to lean in to you. What is your unique perspective? Maybe the way that you approach things is refreshing, funny, charismatic. And so it might just be that all the through line of these disparate areas and ideas is you and your personality and your outlook on life. And that works too. One creator who I think is a really great example of this concept of really leaning into who you are is Kelly Stamps. If you've heard of her, she's a vlogger. She makes vlogs. But she also sometimes makes videos about like how to make YouTube videos. And then sometimes she makes videos just talking about, just like talking head, just talking about life and stuff. But she's a weirdo in a way that is so fun, in a way that like the first video I ever saw of hers, I was like, oh, she's funny. She's weird. I like this girl. And I immediately subscribed. And she has like blown up in the last couple of years, I think because of that. And her videos are all over the place, but the through line is her weirdness, and it works. It really works. And the reason why you want to think about creating a niche, why this is important, or at least picking some categories that are identifiable in what you create, even if it's 3 to 5 categories that seem kind of all over the place. The point here is that you're creating a niche and that makes you digestible for viewers and makes people more likely to subscribe to you because they know what they're getting. Like if you put yourself in your viewers' shoes and think, how will they be interacting with my content? How do you interact with content on YouTube? You likely follow separate creators for your separate interests, and you want to give your potential subscribers something recognizable because they're going to look at your channel for 5 seconds and decide whether they want to see more from you. And if they go to your channel and see no common theme to your content, they'll decide not to subscribe because they're not sure whether you make content that they're even interested in. So if one week you make content about car engines and then the next week you make content about high-end beauty, the people who subscribe to your videos for the car engines are going to say, wait, I thought this was a channel about cars. I'm going to unsubscribe because this is now she's talking about like high-end beauty. However, one great way to help your potential subscribers identify what it is you talk about is in your YouTube banner. That's like the image across the top of your YouTube channel. You can keep it super simple. You could just put your name, Sarah Smith, and then like the 3 to 5 things you talk about. So it could be like Sarah Smith, beauty, get ready with me, rants, just like a list. And then it's like, okay, sometimes she's ranting about something, but then other times she's doing this beauty content. But if I click on her profile, she says like beauty, get ready with me, rants. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Do I like those things? Great. Do I like her? Awesome. So even if I'm not into rants, but I really like her, maybe if I'm not into a get ready with me, but I really like her, maybe I'm still going to subscribe because again, she's leaning into who she is and I know what I'm getting out of this. So using your YouTube banner to help guide your subscribers so they know what it is that you talk about is really helpful. And then in each of your videos, leading into who you are and your perspective and your lived experience will also help your potential viewers understand what it is that you're bringing to the table. Okay. And I go more into depth on niche, researching your niche, things you got to think about when picking a niche, and lots of tips and tricks, worksheets, etc. in my brand new course, Catalyst Academy, where I'm going to teach you how to grow a thriving YouTube channel in as little as 5 hours per week. So you'll be secure in your unique voice, your unique niche on YouTube, and we'll get you creating amazing videos in no time. If you're interested in the course, there's a link in the description down below. I'm currently doing a giveaway. If you click that link, you can sign up. You automatically get my Get Started checklist, and then you're automatically enrolled to win the course for free. That closes tonight, Thursday, May 4th, tonight by midnight Central Time. You have to have signed up. And I'm announcing the winners tomorrow. And the pre-launch sale is going on through tomorrow night at midnight. Tomorrow night at midnight, price is going up. So this is the cheapest it's ever going to be. And you got to get your grimy paws on it now before the price goes up. Now I will take your questions. Let's see. Lisa, does the world really need more crochet and D&D content, and should they really be mashed? Absolutely. Can you crochet D&D characters? Can you tell stories while you crochet? Can you, like there's something there. And I think there's an overlap that you could really lean into your unique perspective while overlapping your unique interests. Let's see. Red Claw Art. Hi, welcome back. Video game slash concept art and creature design is my goal, but I'm not sure if I should mix in let's plays. Why not give them all a try and see what actually feels right? Like you'll get it in your gut. It's weird. Like you'll feel it. You'll be like, I did not like that. And it's really easy to say, oh, I didn't like that, and think it means there's something wrong with you. Like, oh, I'm bad at this. But what it really means is that's just not the right niche or the right content. So maybe you'll try a let's play and be like, I don't like that. Or maybe you'll try one of the others and decide you didn't like it. Or maybe you'll like all of them and still that's okay too. Let's see. Yeah, and some of the channels that you love, you've seen a slow change in their content. That's just the nature of creating content. You're going to grow and change because it's a reflection of you. Let's see. Emily, haven't drilled down fully, but online business management for people who are income challenged. I'm one, and I would love to empower people who can't afford to put up their shingle do so. Yes. That's awesome. And that's a really great, like, strong why, because it's kind of a justice issue. It's kind of it's a passion project for you. And I think that's a really good driving factor. And so then coming at it with like, okay, people who are income challenged, who want to start an online business, what questions would they have? Let's start answering them. And then you can grow from there based on the response. Let's see. Yes. Start identifying as a multi-passionate person is a real thing. I also identify as multi-passionate. It's it can be a struggle because the world wants you to fit into one box so that you have one career for 40 years so that you can be a good capitalist citizen. Yes, this is Dolly Parton and her husband on my mug. Let's see. Yeah. There's a personality, a creator that you watch that's fun to follow. You don't always care about the topic he goes over, but it's his personality that keeps me hooked. Yes, there's a lot of creators like that. There's a lot of creators that I follow. So it can be helpful to think about the creators you follow. Why do you follow them? Let's see. Your brand is randomness and not sure how to narrow it down. I mean, so you can be random, but even while being random, something tells me you might still hit on similar topics regularly. Like whatever your passions are, whatever your interests are, whatever your point of view is. So I would still sit down and like write out your 100 ideas or whatever and see if there's any sort of common themes, because randomness, frankly, it's just not specific enough. Random about what, like, because some things that are random I enjoy, but other things that are random I do not. And I want to know if your randomness coincides with my randomness enough that I want to hit subscribe. You know what I mean? Which is why having the 3 to 5 categories, even if you like, you can jaunt out of the 3 to 5 categories now and again and try, and then maybe you find a different category that you're like, oh, I love this, and you start making content there. That's also fine. Again, this is not set in stone. The point is that you start making content. So I'm trying to get you over this hump of like defining what your niche is. Sit down, write out your ideas, find some common themes, and just run with it, and it will grow and change with you. Really want to be bikers, but smart. Yes. Law bikers. There's got to be those people. Absolutely. And if you're going to find them anywhere, it's going to be on YouTube. So I think that's great. I think you, and especially if you're bringing like a unique perspective or point of view into it, I think you could really do some interesting stuff with that. Yeah. So I hope that you guys take some time to really write down your ideas, think out what's holding you back. What is it about niche that's freaking you out so much? And just start making videos. Write out your ideas, try to categorize them, try to think of like common themes. And then if you figure out a common theme or your point of view that's strong, that you are like, okay, yes, I have these different topics, but I'm bringing X point of view to the picture, or X life experience to the picture, or X identity, like if you're queer or something, into the picture, then that's great. Make sure that you are incorporating that one theme, that one thing, that one through line into every video that you do. But otherwise, go fucking wild. Do whatever you want. Make whatever videos you want and see what sticks. Because what's cool about when you're just starting out is you don't have like a huge fan base that's expecting very specific things from you. So you can try different things and find what works. This is a good question. I want to answer this. Is there a possibility of becoming too niche, almost obscure? Not necessarily. So there are some people who have gotten really big from starting out micro niching. For example, there's one guy, I can't remember what his name is. Sloan. SLO4N is I think how he spells it. Or they. I don't know what their pronouns are. Anyway, they started their channel talking exclusively about the Britney Spears conservatorship. That's it. And because they were hitting on this topic that was very big at the time with a very fervent fan base, that is narrow but fervent, they blew up. I was also talking about the Britney Spears conservatorship at the time, but I decided I did not want to be the Britney Spears lawyer, and so I didn't stick with it. And I think if I had just talked about Britney, I would have probably blown up faster, honestly, because they blew up fast. And now they've switched. Obviously, there's not a lot of Britney Spears conservatorship news, but they've expanded their micro niche into just talking about celebrity gossip generally, and other like pop culture gossip. Another example is 𝙗𝗫𝗼𝗍. Is it 𝙗𝗫𝗼𝗍? Oh, I want to get that right. She's also a lawyer, Erica Kullberg. Erica Kullberg, also a lawyer. She started on YouTube making videos exclusively about the stimulus paychecks that we were getting during the pandemic in the US. She just started talking about them. She just talked video after video about the stimulus checks, what they meant, what to expect, like various aspects about this one thing, and she blew up. And now she's got like 12 million followers on TikTok, and she expanded her niche. Obviously, not really relevant now to talk about those stimulus checks. Now she talks about finance generally. She also reads the fine print for you. That's like her shtick, especially on TikTok, is like, I read the fine print. Erica told me I read the fine print. She tells you legal loopholes and stuff like that, which is a fucking brilliant, thing to have come up with. And she's got millions of followers now, millions. And it all started because she made video after video, like tons of videos just about the stimulus checks. And she started not long before I did. So she has blown up really quickly by utilizing a micro niche. So something to think about. If there is something you're very specific that you want to focus on, try it. And then, if it becomes irrelevant or you want to expand from there, great, because you might really find a strong base from there. And they also say in like the marketing world that the more niche you get with your marketing, the more specific, saying like this product is for this very specific defined group of people, the more successful your product will be, because you're actually speaking to your people as opposed to trying to be broad and then you're not really speaking to anyone, Let's see. Would ChatGPT be good to help articulate the niche? Yeah, why not? You could definitely go in there and be like, I'm trying to pick a YouTube niche. Here are my interests. What niche should I pick? See what it does. I've never tried that. Yes, the bar is so low. The bar is so low, and it has to be low because you're going to suck when you start, period, end of discussion. You're not going to be good when you start on YouTube. And that's the beauty of it. That's the freedom. Go suck. No one's watching yet. And as you get better and better, people will start watching. People are going to notice. And so it's okay if you suck right now. And if you don't suck, great. But like you probably do. Everyone's first few videos suck. And I find it very endearing to look back at old, like YouTubers' old videos and like look at how much they've grown. In fact, I'm going to start a whole series on this channel where I do just that, like reacting to so-and-so's first video, so that we can reverse engineer like, okay, this is what their first video looked like. This is what they look like now. What have they learned in the however many years they've been on YouTube, so that we can learn it too. That's going to be a whole series on here because it's so fun to look back at old YouTube videos from your favorite creators and see how much they've grown. So like, don't be afraid, because it'll be a really fun thing to look back at once you're a huge raging star on YouTube and see where you came from. Oh yeah, super niche, the guy that makes old-timey recipes. Are you talking about the TikTok guy? Love that guy too. And he's funny. And the reason why you love him partially is because it's a great idea. It's not just a baking TikTok, it's a very niche specific baking TikTok, which is very interesting. Plus his personality is so strong. That combination, that's some content gold right there. Oh, you love my death card? Very fun. Let's see. Is it scabbing to start a channel in the middle of a writer's strike? No, you're not in the union. It's fine. I think YouTube, independent creators on YouTube are separate. Plus, we're gonna need the entertainment because this is gonna go on for a long time. All right. We've been here half an hour. I think that's totally enough time for you to have started hopefully thinking more critically about the niche you're going to pick. I hope you pick one that you're really passionate about. And also remember, it's not set in stone. So you can pick a different one later, or you can change and grow as you grow. It will change and grow with you. So good luck with that. Again, the deadline for entering the giveaway is tonight at midnight Central Time. So click the link in the description below to get your hands on my free Get Started Guide, and you will automatically be entered to win lifetime access to my new course, Catalyst Academy, where you'll learn to grow a thriving YouTube channel in as little as 5 hours per week. And the pre-launch sale ends tomorrow at midnight Central Time. So get your grimy paws on the course, because this is the cheapest it's ever going to be. The price goes up at midnight tomorrow night, and it will never come back down. Okay? The course launches June 1st. So this is the pre-launch sale. When you buy, you'll get immediate access to the Catalyst Club, which is our membership community. And then you'll get access on June 1st when the course drops. I'm super excited about the course. I have packed it full of so much information, literally everything I've learned in the 3 years I've been doing YouTube. And you can learn it all over the course of 10 modules and save yourself a hell of a lot of time and get started on a really great foot on YouTube, like really putting your best foot forward with the best tools available to you through this course. And so that you feel confident in your content creation going forward. So thank you for being here. I will be back tomorrow for a final Delusion Media live stream at noon to celebrate the last day of the pre-launch sale. So more tips and tricks coming at you tomorrow. I will see you then. Bye.